Hi, I'm Mike Richardson with Jessup Manufacturing. Thank you for joining me in this month's What's Mike Cooking? In my March newsletter, I'm highlighting Tenacious Tack, our new family of vinyl products that will stick to any hard to stick to surface. So be sure and read below about Tenacious Tack and contact me for your free sample. Now let's get to cooking. This month I'm cooking jambalaya. Growing up in South Louisiana, we always had jambalaya either as a main dish or as a side dish. Family gatherings, parties, or just an easy meal during the week. The recipe includes what we call the Trinity. The onion, celery, bell pepper. We'll be adding some garlic. The meats will be chicken and sausage. Now I have two types of sausage. I have andouille sausage, which is a little spicy, and some smoked pork sausage in here. We have bell pepper for seasoning. We have thyme, black pepper, Cajun seasoning. Of course, we have chicken stock, and I always like to get the unsalted chicken stock because you can always add salt if you need to add more salt to it. We'll be adding 2 cans of Rotel diced tomatoes. I like using the Rotel because they have the green chilies in them. Of course, rice, and then some hot sauce to taste. One of our favorite cookbooks here in my house is Who's Your Mama? Are You Catholic? And Can You Make a Roux? This is a great cookbook for some down-home Louisiana cooking recipes. You can get it anywhere fine books are sold, as they say. All right, so we'll get going. We'll get the vegetables sauteing in the pot, and we'll be back to you in just a second. Thank you. All right, welcome back. The vegetables have been sauteing for about 7 to 8 minutes. So now what I want to do is I want to add the seasoning to it, and then we'll add the chicken and the sausage. So we'll get that in there, stir it up. Smells so good. Ooh-wee. Well, I have to go ahead and add the sausage. Now, what I did with the sausage earlier today is I cubed them up, and then I rendered the fat out of it in the oven. That way, it makes the jambalaya a little less greasy, and it also adds some crispiness to the sausage. This is a whole chicken that I cut up into large pieces. So we'll get that in there. We'll add the tomatoes. All right, we got this all well incorporated now. Now what I want to do, so I want to add my chicken stock. I want to bring this to a boil before I add my rice. So I already preheated my chicken stock in the microwave, so I'm not adding cold chicken stock to this. You want to come take a look at this? It really looks good. All right, now we have our mixture boiling. So we're gonna add our rice. We have 2 cups of rice in here. We wanna be sure that rice gets well incorporated in here. That rice will double in size. Okay, be sure and add my bay leaf. I think I called that bell pepper before. I know the difference between bell pepper and bay leaf. And then I'm going to add some hot sauce to it. So I'll add some amount of hot sauce. My wife tells me I have a heavy hand with the seasoning. Get that all stirred up and incorporated. Try not to break the bay leaf. Try to leave those whole, they're easier to take out. Okay. What we want to do now, I'll turn this down, and we want to cover this pot. Don't lift up the lid. Got this turned down to almost low, and we'll let this cook for a good 30 minutes. All right, it's been about 30 minutes. It's time to take the lid off, see what we have here. Oh yeah, it looks really, really good. Sometimes what you have to do is just kind of mix it around and what was on top down at the bottom. But yeah, that looks real good. Let's go ahead and serve up a bowl of this. Get some of the sausage and the chicken in there. Oh yeah, here we go. Thanks for joining me again on this month's edition of What's Mike Cooking. Be sure to check out the Tenacious Tack information below. Contact me for your free sample. Now to test the jambalaya. It's so good.